morning, everyone. Welcome to round. What round is this, Riaan?
This is the last sprint race.
Last sprint race at
Yeah, this is the last one.
Interlagos, Division 2. We're just about to start qualifying. I think it's begun already. Has it? Should begin anytime now. Yeah, there's a 5-second countdown. So, yeah, looking forward to this race. A lot of guys experimenting with different cars to their usual choices. I think it's all in preparation of the upcoming season, 2018.2. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Let us know in the chat whether the volumes and everything is equal and fine for you guys. Peter Geldernees has come out the pits first, and he's followed by Jason Holden Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he loses it. Christopher Langerfeld's also moved from the Mercedes to the Nissan for this round.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite an interesting race to see what the guys can do with different cars this round. So far in the practice session, we've seen that Langerfeld's been quickest in the Nissan from his switch from the Merc. So also Heineke is also looking quite good for his first run in the Merc so far.
Jason says it's round 5. We should have known that.
We should have known, but it's the last one, that's all that counts.
So Chris Langerfeld's about to start a lap. And yeah, we'll stick with Chris for this one. See what he can do. Chris is about to complete his lap. So Governed is on provisional pole with a 34.1, and Langerfeld pips that by doing a 32.9 straight out the bat. Heineke is done at 32.6. He's in the Mercedes. He's actually swapped over to the Mercedes for this round. That's a good lap from Chris. Well done.
Very, very nice. That's more or less the time that we saw from Langerfeld's in practice, the 32.6.
Correct, yeah. So it looks like the two guys are pretty evenly matched in their different machinery. Also having very minimal practice, so yeah, it's going to be a good one between the two guys. They had a ding-dong battle on Monday. Which was quite an interesting one to watch on the stream afterwards. Quade Clausen's put it in second now with his Nissan. He's driving his regular car, so he'll be much more comfortable than the other guys. go on board with Werner Hinop in the BMW.
We didn't actually see much of the BMW this season.
Yeah,
I think the only person was Dani Stenkamp.
Yeah, and Werner, those are the only two I believe that were in the season. It was quite nerfed, unfortunately, so the BOP really took it out of contention.
Same with the Audi this season as well, yes.
Yeah. Chris Langerfeld's moved into pole with a 32.5.
I wonder if they also running with race fuel doing qualifying, because funny enough, a lot of people have been saying that doing practice with, you know, hot lap practicing with full fuel actually doesn't make much difference to low fuel for some reason.
Yeah, on this track there was no real impact on carrying that weight penalty. I think it almost, the additional weight almost made the car handle a bit better. You see Chris is still going on with his lap, so you should see improvement lap on lap until that fuel gets to a point where you tend to just go downhill and have slower lap times, but up until then you're going to see improvement lap on lap.
Definitely.
I wonder if all
so
the cars are the same. You felt the same in the McLaren. I felt the same in the
Mercedes. Yes,
I wonder if the Mercedes.
Same.
I wonder if the Mercedes and the others also have that same experience.
Langeveld is going to improve his time by 1/10, so we should see him going up to 32.4.
Yeah,
there we go.
32.446. Let's see what Heineken is doing. Heineken is 4/10 down. The battle of the Chris's.
Indeed.
I don't think. Let's see if he can bring it back. He's made up quite a bit of time. Wow, look at that! I lost it again.
But he lost it all again. Yeah, I went into a little bit too deep in that corner, unfortunately.
Let's jump on board with Wesley Farrant. Wesley's in the Porsche. Did we see a Porsche on Monday? I don't think we did.
No, we did not.
I wonder how it compares to the others.
Should be quite interesting to see, because I know that it also has a very good straight line speed.
Yeah. There we go, 3/10 up.
So if if Wesley can keep up this kind of pace, we should see him go into the top 5 if he keeps it together, and gain a little bit more time in the middle sector.
Yeah, we'll need to find another 3/10 to trouble Werner in up there.
Yeah.
There we go, 4/10, 5, there we go, but then he loses it again on exit. Yeah, now he's picking it up again.
He's still got a chance to improve, I think. Ah, no, I think just
out there.
No, he was braking a bit too hard for that corner. Well, it should give him 6th place for now.
Yep, and he knows that there is time still left on the table there, so let's see if he goes and finds it. Peter Hallones popped up to 2nd place, also in the Nissan, his first round in that. So the two Red Line Racing guys
bad time at all.
Yeah, they obviously got used to the car pretty quickly, and Chris Heineke, as we say, that jumps up with a 32.3. Wow. Nicely done, Chris.
Very, very nice. In the Merc.
In the Merc, yeah. Oh, Wesley's lost it there. Let's step on board with Chris Heineke. He's matching his, or almost matching his best lap. See if he can improve.
Okay.
It looked good and then it didn't. So we've got 5 minutes left of this qualifying session. Let's take a look at the entire field here. I think we haven't given quite a few guys some airtime. Got Werner Hinop in 5th. We had a slight look at him. And in 7th place you got Mark Henry. He's also changed from the Ferrari to the Mercedes for this round. And he's 2 tenths up on his PB at the moment. This should see him may trouble Wesley Farrant if he continues. And
he had a very good exit out of the last corner.
Fantastic exit there. Will he be able to
trouble
Werner Hinop though? I think it might just be too little to trouble Werner Hinop. Look at that, just a tenth between them. So
wow, very good lap.
The field is quite closely bunched together. I think the lap times are super close.
They are indeed, yes.
Mike McGear running in 8th. He's also pretty much matching his PB. Jason Holden Jones in his Mercedes is in 10th place. Marius May and the Lamborghini is in 12th. Sean Lourero's popped it in 10th now with the McLaren, I believe.
Yeah, that's not a bad time from his from his side in the McLaren as well. I think he's improved by 1.5. Can you just check and verify the stream?
It says it's still streaming, is it not?
Doesn't seem. Let me just double check on my end. Yeah, it's streaming now. I think there was a bit of a spike.
Yeah, I've been having some issues tonight. Hopefully it stabilizes for the race.
So Langeveld will be able to do one more lap after this to try and improve his best time, to see if he can take pole position away from Heineke.
We were going through the field and I think I stopped by Jano Boysen. He's improved to 13th ahead of Marius Meyer and Wyatt Avers. This is the new guy who's on his second race with some race SA, so she'll run short. Good showing from him in the McLaren for only his second drive.
He's gone out of the pits now, but he won't be able to complete an actual lap.
I think he's probably just testing his race strategy there, maybe. Carl Stieg is making an improvement on this lap, so let's stick with him.
I'm just going to keep an eye on Langeveld in the meantime.
Yeah, please do. Let me know if I need to switch cameras and I'll do that. Ryan Hill's in 18th and Michael Main is rounding up the field. Let's jump on board with Langeveld.
No, he's 3 tenths down.
He's abandoned the lap.
That lap.
Caldenes is also 2 tenths down. I don't think...
Meantime, Mark Henneberry was up by about 2 tenths, but he lost it and he's 2 tenths down now.
Steven Sparks. Oh, Steven's also changed from the Ferrari to the Nissan. So a lot of shuffling here in terms of the cars.
Definitely, yes. But if I'm not mistaken, he was much more comfortable in the
Ferrari.
In the Ferrari, yes, because the 34, I'm pretty sure he was in the 33s in the first race. I might be mistaken.
Oh, Jason Alden-Jones is improving by almost 3/10. This should put him up into potentially 9th place. Has had a bit of a poor exit there, so maybe 10th. Let's see if he can maximize this exit. Oh yes, he did a good exit there.
Ooh, by quite a margin, almost half a second. So that I think will put him comfortably in 10th position.
Should put him up to 9th. And yes, it goes
there we
9th.
go. Very, very nice lap. Well done. Well done for someone that only had about 3 laps of practice today.
Yeah, very well done. Hi to the guys in the YouTube chat. Thanks for joining us. Let us know if the volume's fine.
Jason Alden-Jones is just kindly reminding us to take our cars off the track.
Yes, we will kindly do that. So what do you do in this time before the race, Riaan, to prepare yourself?
I actually, it's like a minute or so to wait. So normally I see how quickly I can smoke a cigarette. And then just nip it for, you know, when the race is finished. And then rinse and repeat, basically.
Okay.
What about yourself?
I just try not to focus on anything. Just look ahead and
try not to breathe too hard to
make sure my setup's loaded properly.
Yeah. Okay, my car's in the pits.
Mine as well.
Okay, so let's go through the order quickly. So we have Heineke in pole. We have Christopher Langeveld in 2nd place. Geldenay is in 3rd. Quite Claessens is in 4th place. Mike McGee in 5th. Werner Henop in 6th place. Mark Henneberry in 7th. In 8th place we have Wesley Ferrand. 9th, Jason Alden-Jones. In 10th, Andrew Govender. In 11th place, Stephen Sparks. Sean Lorero is in 12th place. Jano Boysen in 13. Marius Meyer in 14. 15th position, we have Wyatt Avis. In 16th place, we have Sushil Rashad. And in 17th, Carl Steeg. In 18th place, Ryan Hill. And Michael Main in 19th position.
Let's see how the startup works out, because in yesterday's race the Nissans were able to pretty much dominate that section of the track leading up to the start-finish straight.
Oh, as we see Heineke run a bit wide, he almost lost it
almost
there.
lost it there. Calm down, guy.
I'm sure he's hard
let's
skipped
run
a bit
on
there.
board
He must
with
just...
with Chris Langeveld. And I think Chris Heineke's got a pretty decent run off that last corner.
He sure did. Yeah, at the moment, I don't think there's anything that Chris Langeveld can do to try and overtake for the lead yet.
Yeah, he defended quite nicely on the first corner, didn't give Langeveld any opportunity to make a dive.
However, quite Clausen's just went past Geldenhuis now. I think
Look at that.
might have been in the first or second corner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's some movement in the back as well. Governor and Laredo passing Sparks. And you stick with the Langeveld Chris Heineke battle here. This looks like it's about to kick off very soon.
Jason Alden-Jones just made a move on Wesley Ferrand as well. Into 8th place now.
Very nice. He started in 9th, so already up a position. I think the first and second won't score any points here due to racing in Division 1. Same with Peter Geldenhuis in 4th, Mike McGeer as well, and Mark Henry. So the remaining guys are, even though they may not be right in the front end of the field, they're still fighting for basically a win in this division, regardless of their track position. Heineke's gone quite defensive early on, so he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, that Nissan really has good straight line speed. We can see him very close to Heineke at the moment, but it seems like he just has a much better drive into turn 1 and 2. But let's see.
Let's see. He's got a good drive here now. So Chris goes defensive, making his intentions clear, but
I think Langeveld's gonna rethink, because we've seen in the previous race that, especially in that turn alone, he tried a few times to overtake someone, and when you get your car a little bit, you know, too sharp into the corner and you tap the rear end of the other car, you seem to be the one spinning out and losing a lot of positions because of that.
Let's go to the Ryan Hill and Michael Main battle. Seems to be quite close. I think Ryan's just passed Michael. That gap's opening up slightly. There's a Wesley Ferrand and Jason Alden-Jones having a good one here for 8th place.
It's really amazing the top speed that this Porsche can manage against the likes of the Merc as well as the Nissan.
I must commend the guys who drive this Porsche. I really don't like the way this car handles. It's not for me. Very tail happy, and yeah, it just doesn't feel comfortable for me. So for guys to be able to make these things dance like the way they do, I really admire the driver. Leslie's got a good exit in that corner. He's brought the gap down to under 0.3 of a second now.
You know what? I think if Wesley Ferrand can keep this up the way he does, he is really going to start making life very difficult for Jason Alden-Jones, because Wesley Ferrand is actually on the medium tire.
Oh, he tries it on the outside. Is he on the medium tire as well?
He's on the medium tire and he's doing very well so far.
And we know the Mercedes tends to overheat their tires if they push too hard, so yeah, this should be good in the latter stages of this race.
Definitely.
The gap up front, Chris Heineke's done the fastest lap with a 32.8. That's great pace.
However, Langeveld seems to be sticking with him for now. He's still under a second.
Still under a second, yeah. I think that was the order of the day on Monday as well, where in race 1, Chris Heineke was able to sort of keep Chris Langeveld behind for the majority of that stint until he decided to open the gap.
That's right, yes. Just saw a move from Ryan Shot on Ryan Hill there.
Okay. Yeah, he's making another move now on Wyatt Avis. Side by side. I think Wyatt's got the pace to just pull ahead. I think Jano Boyson's fallen behind. As a McLaren driver, Wyatt Avis has gone off the track there and given the position to Sushil.
Yeah, he bumped his car a little bit, so I think his front.
Yeah, and the rear's got some damage there. That's unfortunate.
It's all about the pressure, because I'll tell you that Sushil was really putting the pressure on Avis there, and it was just a matter of time. You know, for him to be forced into a mistake. It seems the pack is quite spread out at the moment. The closest battle is still Ferrand and Jason Holden-Jones at the moment.
Chris Heineke is managing the gap to Chris Langeveld, gone up to over a second now. So
very good pace from his side.
Yeah. Chris is really driving well. He's shown a great improvement this season. He's had quite a bit of bad luck, and I think he's finally got that monkey off his back, and hopefully the good results should come now, because he's holding his own against a really good driver behind him.
No, I have
in
to
a car
agree with
he
you on that
doesn't
one.
really know that well, so
very close battle between Ferrand now and Jason Holden-Jones.
Let's jump to that.
It was almost 2/10 of a second. But it seems like the Porsche is struggling a bit in the slow corners compared to the Merc.
You said that he's running the medium tires, so he just needs to be patient and catch him when those tires overheat, which
That's
it will
right.
at some point.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. It will happen in the next, let's say, 8 laps or so.
Is Jason also on softs though, or is he also on mediums?
No, he's on softs. The top 8 are on soft tires, and Ferrand's on mediums. And then the rest of the pack is basically on softs, except for Ryan Hill and Marius Meyer and Boyson.
Okay. Running on the dirt like that also wouldn't help.
Definitely not.
Gaps can come down now to a second for the lead. Mike McGeer is giving, as we say that, I think he's made a mistake. Oh no, he's not. Mike McGeer is giving Peter Geldenes a rough time, yeah? Oh, I think we're jinxing him here.
But regardless, he's still running a very good race at the moment. He was even running a good race in Division 1, I must say.
Yeah, he gave quite a few guys a run for their money there. That gap for the lead is seesawing up a bit between 1 second and 1.3 seconds, so I think they're pretty evenly matched.
Wesley Ferrand went a little bit wide in that previous corner, but it's didn't really impact his lap time too much. He lost about, I'd say, 0.2 of a second behind Holden Jones, but the gap is still under 1 second.
Yeah, he just needs to stay in that zone and capitalize when he gets an opportunity. I think the Mercedes just has the power on him on that straight where he's not getting close enough to take a dive up in turn 1. I don't think his tires would allow him to take a dive in any case.
No, definitely not. No, he's going to have to be patient and wait for those tires of Holden Jones to wear off and make his move.
Langefeld's now done the quickest lap for 32.7. Gap's still
Gap
around
now under a second.
Yeah, it's still around a second now, so
he's improved quite a bit. I mean, he's 0.7 of a second behind Danica at the moment.
Claessens and Galdenes is quite close, and I see McGear's dropped down a bit on Galdenes. He was right on Galdenes' tail. The gap's down to half a second for the lead now. Looks like those Mercedes tires are starting to show signs of being overheated. Right, it's one thing catching up, it's another thing passing.
It sure is.
Yep, there's a mistake that gives Chris Heineke a breathing room. Peter Galdenes on Craig Claessens, gap still under half a second, just over half a second now.
Wesley Ferrand is also now very close again to the back of Jason Holden Jones, half a second.
Let's jump to that.
He's got a very good exit out of the last corner.
Yeah, he's in the slip. He needs to stick in the slip and try to make a move if he can. Safe move up in turn 1. I don't think he's close enough though.
It's not close enough, but I think he's the closest he's ever been now to the back of him.
Oh, is he gonna manage to stop it? Yeah, he just manages. This is a great battle between these two experienced guys. Oh, look at the battle for the lead now. It's a 1/10 of a second. What's happened here? We missed some action.
This is going to be the battle of the tires, I think, eh?
And Claessens and Galdenes, did they swap positions? Oh, no,
they did for a brief second, yes.
Galdenes ahead, and then Claessens back ahead. Let's jump on board with that one. They're having a ding dong there.
Galdenes just went off the track and lost 2 positions now.
Mike McGear's almost said he'll take 2 for the price of 1. Oh, what's happened there? Claessen's gone off. Is it? And we've lost Claessens.
Yeah, we've lost him, I think.
Sean Lourero's made up a place. I think that's just passing Craig Claessens, who's dropped off the field.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to see on my clients if someone disconnects because I've disabled it, because it's quite a distraction in the race.
Yeah. Steven Sparks And who's that ahead of him? That's Ender and Governor in the Mercedes from the Ferrari. So the two Ferrari guys are trying two different cars, yeah? Both of these guys drove Ferraris on Monday.
Correct, yes. Wesley Ferrand was briefly in front of Holden Jones.
I think he went wide there.
Back.
We just joined him as he was rejoining the track, I think. So much action, I don't know where to point the camera. Chris Heineck has opened up the gap to a second again. So it looks like he's got pace in him, he just needs to keep calm and maintain that pace. Opened up to 1.8 seconds. Looks like Chris Langeveld made a mistake there and dropped back.
He's starting to struggle with these tires. He's not able to really make them stick anymore, you know, especially the penultimate corner.
That's the thing with the Nissan, you need to really modulate the gas. It's got a lot of power and likes to light them up. Where's the front now? I think this is the closest he's ever been.
Yeah, he's really going to try and go for it now.
He's out of the slope.
Less than 2 seconds.
Trying around the outside. That's not going to work there.
No.
Will he get a better exit now? Yep,
well, this is the drop-off point for the soft tires, so we'll see that Ferrand will really become a threat to Holden Jones' 8th position.
Yep.
Sorry, 7th position.
Jason Holden Jones defending very well. They're taking the tight line, not giving Ferrand the opportunity to put a move up.
But look at all the grip that Ferrand's got on the outside. Look at that. I mean, he just keeps that 0.2 of a second all the time, very consistently.
Behind them we have Sean Loureiro in the Simtech McLaren, then Enzo Govender, Steven Sparks. Marius May is also right in the back of this battle. There's a nice three-way battle here. Govender, Sparks and Mayer. 3 different manufacturers as well.
Boyson just passed Ryan Hill for 15th position.
Langeveld's brought the gap back down to a second. So it's really fluctuating quite a bit up front. Michael Mayle is running off the field here with the GTR. We had 2 DCs, I'm not sure. One was Clausen's, I'm not sure the other guy was.
I think it's Galstier.
Ah, yes. It's a pity. I'm gonna jump back up to the battle for 2nd and 3rd and 4th now. This is closed up. They're being quite liberal with the track limits there. Quite wide. Werner Hinop is popped up in 5th place. Wow. It's a nice drive through the field there.
It's got some very good pace with that BMW.
Yep.
Surprisingly.
Battle for the lead has closed up again, 0.7 of a second. We're on lap 14 of 19, so these Mercs tires, I'm surprised they're lasting as well as they are. Same with the Nissan though, to be honest.
Werner Hinop just passed Mike McGeer for 4th position.
Oh wow. So he's really slicing his way through the field. I think he
Sure
started off in 9th or 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
And it looks like France made a mistake because he's dropped back behind Sean Loureiro, who has
Yeah,
a
I
spin
think we missed
himself,
that.
so he gives back the position. Loureiro's dropped back down. Oh, he's losing positions left, right, and center. He's dropped down to 12th. It's unlucky for him. Steven Sparks and Endron Governor now are swapping their positions here. It's a good battle. The last lap, Langeveld took 6/10 out of Chris Heineke. Battle of the Chris's.
Van Enop seems to be catching Gelderneys as well.
Yep. Mike McGeer is not too far behind him either. Nor is Mark Hennebury. Hennebury's in 6th. There's battle for the podium position. Either any one of these guys can challenge for it.
Definitely, yes. Langeveld is very, very close to Heineke now.
Yeah. Oh, just had a bad exit there.
Very bad. Heineke. I think the tires are really starting to wear off, and you know, the pressure that Langeveld puts on him doesn't help either, because now he needs to focus on two things: staying ahead and keeping this car on the track.
Yeah.
This is going to be very close into turn 1. But I don't think it's enough.
Oh, he takes a dive up the inside?
Nice. Tries, but
no,
I think he's very cautious because of what happened in the previous race. But he's got a very, very good exit out of that chicane there.
Chris has the inside line though, but I think the power of the Nissan should take him ahead.
Langeveld already is ahead of him, and he should make it stick.
Yep, he made it stick.
So this is where I think we'll see Langeveld pulling away from Heineke now, because Heineke has been struggling the last 3 or 4 laps with those tires.
Yeah, I think those tires in the Merc are worse for wear now. Although that being said, he's right on his tail.
I don't think this battle is over yet.
I hope not.
At least not for this
he touches the grass and he's lost the back end.
Ooh, but he keeps it very, very...
Contact! They both spin.
They both spin around. And it seems like Langeveld has actually got his car in the right direction, which now puts him back into the lead again.
Back into the lead, but he lost the back end, which was unfortunate. Chris Heineke had almost nowhere to go. But that's how it goes.
And he's now right under he's under threat from Gelderneys now.
Yeah.
Probably going to lose the position to him.
Yeah, Ben, he does lose the position. But he's coming back on the inside. No, he's not going to be able to make that stick. His tires will be properly poked now. After a spin like that, yeah.
He gave Gelderneys a little tap on the rear as well, which made him spin out.
Yeah. Werner Hinop now moves up to 3rd place, Gelderneys into 2nd, and Langeveld in the lead. That was unfortunate. It was shaping up to be a good battle between the two guys, and then, yeah.
In an instant, you can lose from 1st position to 7th.
Yeah, but I think his tires now will be...
No, he can't even keep it on the track anymore, it seems. He's just going wider every time.
I think those tires are done.
Mm.
Wesley Ferrand's now behind him on the medium tires, so he's going to be loving his tires.
he's definitely going to make a move, I think, on Heineke quite soon.
Let's check this battle here happening for 12th place. Battle of the McLarens.
Ferrand's very, very close to Heineke at the moment.
Very close. I think he's in the slip there. If he's given an opportunity on the inside, yeah. At the top end, it seems the Mercedes is able to pull away though.
A little bit, yes.
Right at
Let's
the
see
end
if
of
he
the
can
stretch.
get a better exit out of this corner, yeah. Try
So
and
maybe,
fight. No, made a mistake.
Maybe he's running a bit more wing on that Porsche that's not giving him the top end. Let's put it down on our battle there, unfortunately. I was really enjoying that battle between the Chris's. But that's how it goes sometimes. Van der Hinop's not letting Geldernees run away though. Will he be able to put that BMW in really? I think that'll be a true battle of the ages if he's able to put that car ahead of the Nissan. David versus Goliath. Or BMW versus Godzilla. Henry is also right on the tail of Miguel. Will he be able to do something into turn 1? Two tenths, 3 tenths. I think it's just too far behind. Ferrand's dropped down to 10th. He must have made another mistake there. And Henry's past McGill. Moves up to 4th place now. Nice drive from Mark. I think he also has had no practice in his car. I think he's been driving the Ferrari this season.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. So Langeveld is...
Let's jump on board with him. He started the final lap.
Yeah, he's on the last lap. He's on the main straight now. About to make...
And Langeveld wins.
Nissan work for the win. Great stuff from him.
Geldernees in 2nd. Van der Hinop in 3rd. I'm really surprised by Van der. Well done. In that
Yeah, that
Z4,
was a very good race from that.
Henry in 4th. McGear in 5th. Jason Alden Jones in 6th. Chris Heineke recovers to 7th. Steven Sparks, also in the new cars, finishing 8th. Behind him, and he's weaving about nicely. Behind him is Govender and Ferrand.
Seems to be very happy with that result.
Then we have Sean Loureiro finishing in 10th. Marius Meyer in 11th. 12th, sorry. And Stoshil in 13th. Wyatt Avis in 14th. Jano Boyson in the Porsche will finish in 15th. Behind him we have Ryan Hill and Michael Main.
So I think we'll have a quick break while the server gets reset, and then we'll see you guys with the next qualifying session.
Yep. I'm gonna switch to the blank.
Okay, I'm back.
And welcome back everyone for the second race of the evening. Join us just for the start of qualifying. We have a traffic jam coming out the pits. It seems Jason Holden Jones is able to avoid that traffic and come out in front. There we see Jason Holden Jones about to start his lap. He qualified in 9th place in the first race. Let's see whether he can improve on that. Nice opening lap of 33.7. I think that's his PB for the night. If I'm not mistaken, his previous qualifying lap was 33.8.
Yeah, he did go a little bit quicker this time around.
On his first
compared
flying
to
lap.
the first qualifying section. Yeah. Lorena as well has done a 33.8, which is a little bit quicker than what he did as well in the previous round.
Awesome.
But then again, you know, when you've just done a race, it seems like you just got this track figured out quite nicely, and you seem to be going quite a bit faster when doing the second attempt for the qualifying again. Ferrant on a 33.6.
Colmes goes up for the 32.8.
Which is still about
someone's sideways ahead of Langerfeld. I think
And
that was
messed up his lap completely.
I think that was wide Avis. So he'll have to start again. Govinder's up. Chris Heineke's on the outlap. Sushiel's also up on his delta. I mean, I think those are outlap deltas. So, oh, and he spins. Jason Alden-Jones, another 2/10 up now. 2.5 tenths. That's just after the first 3 corners. So, if he maintains this, it's going to be a great lap.
It should safely put him into second place.
Oh, he runs a bit wide there. Lost all that momentum and bleeding time. Found it back, but I think he was wide again there.
Yeah, he was. So he lost about 0.3 of a second from all those mistakes so far.
Werner Hinops put the BMW in second with a 32.9. Fantastic lap. It's just a 10th down in his next lap as well. Jason's found another 210, so he's got a ton of time left in the car.
He sure does. I mean,
look at that. He dropped 3/10s, found 3/10s. So he just needs to. I mean,
if he can maintain this kind of pace, he would be close to the 32s. Very close.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's another 10th up, so this would be against that 3/10s that he had for the previous round.
That's right.
So he just needs a clean exit on this next corner, and he should see a lot of time gained. Look at that! Look at it go.
Excellent. He lost a lot of time on this corner as well in the previous lap.
There he goes. There it goes.
Ah, he gained 0.4 by keeping it clean now.
Nice. Let's stick with this lap. This is gonna be a good one. Chaldenes is still leading the pack with a 32.8. Haven't seen a lap from Chris Heineke or Chris Langerfeld as yet. Oh, he had a bit of a poor exit there, but look at that, he's gaining some more.
No, he gained it back again, 0.4 of a second quicker than the previous lap. So this will give him...
nip and tuck for a 32. Can he find that little bit extra? Another 200s.
It's going to be close, but I don't think he will make it.
33.0. Great lap.
Very good
lap. So that's 8/10 that he found from race 1 to race 2 in qualifying. Nice stuff.
Langeveld just did a 32.3, which is also quicker than his previous qualifying time, I think.
Yeah. I think that is. I think
that was
Heineke's time. That was Heineke's time, yes. Can you tell what tyres Wesley Ferrand is on?
They're all on the softs.
Okay, I'm just checking. Maybe those medium tyres for qualifying. I saw 4/10 up on his.
That would be suspect.
4/10 up on his previous lap. 3/10 now. Oh, he abandons the lap. I wonder what happened.
Why did he abandon it though?
He was 4/10 up. Unless
maybe
he ran out
didn't
of
have
fuel.
enough fuel. So what's up with Heineke? I don't even see his name on the board at the moment.
Geldernes is improving by 3/10 of a second. This should be a nice improvement. 4/10 now, 5/10. He should be quite close to Chris Langeveld with this. Almost 6/10 of a second. Wow, he takes pole position for now with a 32.3. Great lap from Peter Geldernes.
Oh, indeed.
Where is Chris Heineke? Mark Henry is improving by a second. Don't have his previous lap. Heineke's gone to third with a 32.7. Mark Henry is in 8th. Heineke's a 10th down on this lap. Marius May is not going to improve on this one. And the Boyson's off. Wyatt Avis 2/10 up now. Still 1.5 tenths. 2/10 again.
Peter Geldernes found some amazing time with this Nissan. I'm very impressed with his time at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's quicker than you went in the Mercedes.
Much quicker.
You can hear Wyatt Avis running the limiter there. Just needs to shift a few milliseconds earlier to avoid hitting the limiter.
Yeah, that can definitely improve his time if he can keep that together.
Yeah. Steven Sparks is up to 8th. Sean Lourero's... Look at the difference between Wesley Ferrand and Sean Loureiro. 3/1000ths of a second.
That's quite impressive. But that just shows again, I mean, Loureiro's best time last qualifying was 34 dead. And he's improved himself by just over 3/10.
Yeah. A lot of the guys on outlaps at the moment, so Ryan Hills was improving. So a lot of wheel lock there. Sure, look at the wheel lock.
Yeah, that
seems to be
for qualifying. Yeah, for qualifying, to try and get the max out of the car is probably going to be beneficial. But for racing, I would assume it will really mess up your tires within the first 5 laps or so.
But it'll be scrubbing speed as well when you're qualifying. It's not. I think he's running a bit of too much understeer in the car. Maybe he needs to
compensate for that. Yeah.
Play with his anti-roll bars or suspension stiffness up front. But yeah, the car looks very understeery to me. Chris Heineke's a 10.5 down. So I don't think he'll be able to improve, catch the 2 Nissans ahead of him. Langeveld's improving slightly. He just needs 6/100ths of a second to pop his teammates.
And this will be his last attempt as well. So let's see if he can try and pull something out of the back now to clinch that pole position from Heldenhuis.
Oh, it's a bit of wide there.
But let's see if he can get a bit. No,
Not a good exit there as well.
no, 2/10 done.
I don't think he's going to get another opportunity. He's got 7 seconds to cross that line. Will he make it for another run?
No.
No, he won't.
He needed 3 more seconds.
So Chris Heineke's pitted. I don't think he was going to improve. Jason Olin-Jones is 2/10 down. He should improve. Stephen Sparks was a second now, and unfortunately he won't be able to improve. And so Shields made a mistake there, or he's called a lap. So and I think the grid as it stands now is how it will be for the race. So in pole position we've got Peter Heldenhuis with a 132.3. Langeveld just 6/100ths of a second behind him. Chris Heineke 4/10ths behind them. Werner Hinop in 4th place with the Z4, which is amazing. 5th place we have Jason Olin-Jones, Wesley Farrant in 6th, Sean Lorero in 7th, Mark Henry in 8th, Stephen Sparks in 9th, Endlin Govender in 10th, Marius Meyer in 11th, Sushil Rancho in 12th, Jano Boysen in 13th, and Ryan Hill rounding up the field. So 20 seconds away from the start of the race. Let's remember to remove our cars again.
Yeah, this I don't think we'll ever hear the end of this.
Yeah. With good reason.
So what will you be doing in the next 2.5 weeks gap that we have before the next race?
Not sure, eh? Practice.
That's
the
good
notch
dedication. I
life,
like that.
yeah, the notch life is something you need to practice. So.
Oh no, definitely. That track is so tricky, and it's so long as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to take quite a few hours of practice before you can get comfortable there. And of course we've got the FSR2 in Spa between them, isn't it?
That's right, yes. On the 4th of June.
Yeah, that's going to be one epic race. There we go, 10 seconds to the start. Rolling start, of course.
Take my car off the track.
Can you just check your mine's also off there?
Yeah, you're right behind me.
Cool. Can you tell which tires the guys are on? Still softs, or has some people changed?
So the top 5 we have on soft tires. Ferrand's on the mediums again. And then the only other person on the medium, other 2 people on the medium tires are Boyson again and Ryan Hill.
So the Porsches seem to have to run medium tires.
The mediums, yeah. And it seems like the Z4 is managing the soft tires the best, from what I've seen in the previous race.
Yeah, he was able to come through right at the end and take quite a few positions, so yeah, it's a sign of good tire management. So this is going to be interesting now. The first race we had the Mercedes ahead of the Nissan. Now we've got the Nissan ahead of the Mercedes.
2 of them, yes.
Yep. Let's see how that BMW handles the start. So it's go after this corner here. Oh, Caldenes has a bit of
Caldenes makes a huge mistake there, goes a bit wide, loses time, and he's got Langeveld right behind him now in the slipstream.
I made the mistake of having passed before the start-finish line. I don't think that's allowed, even though he had a poor exit. I think they need to fall behind him. Yep, he does that, and now he can make a move up the inside. Oh! That was close into turn 1.
That was very, very close. Teammates almost taking each other out there on turn 1.
Caldenes lost the position, and yeah, I think he lost that position coming out of the last corner. Someone's gone off at the back there. I'm not sure who that was.
That seems to be Mark Henneberry.
Someone's disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's Mark Henneberry that disconnected from the race, unfortunately.
Werner Hinop is on Chris Heineke with Jason Holden-Jones right behind him.
This is a very, very tight battle.
Oh. And behind him we have Wesley Ferrand on the medium tires. Oh! He held that. He almost lost the back end there. Oh, that Jason. Sean Loureiro also is right in this battle, showing good pace. Wyatt Evis has passed Sushil Ranchod for 11th place.
Heineke is very, very close to Caldenes at the moment in the slipstream as well.
And Jason Holden-Jones is trying to make a move around the outside of Werner Hinop, and he's ahead at the line, but Hinop's got the inside line for the next corner.
But Holden-Jones has got a much better drive out of that corner into the back straight now. So let's see if he can keep it together on that apex, but it just seems to keep the car in the right direction for now.
Getting gloves are coming off here. The 2 commentators. Oh, Ferrand's gone quite wide there.
No, he went very deep into that corner. Seems like Caldenes is keeping the gap under a second behind Langeveld as well. He's actually running a very good race, but Commentator's goes, he almost loses it, and Heineke almost smashes him from behind.
Heineke's having to take avoiding action. Yeah.
Oh, and he taps him and he makes the move. That is very naughty.
Naughty.
Caldenes now dropping to 6th position behind Ferrand.
Yeah, that's naughty.
Very naughty.
Caldenes going around the outside of Ferrand. He'll have the inside line for the next corner, but he's on the grass. Oh, and they have contact.
That's happened. And Lorero comes past, flying through and makes up two positions by trying to avoid that incident. Very well done, Lorero.
That is epic.
Where the hell did he come from? Oh my word.
And Holden Jones has passed Hinop. He's got it done at turn 4.
Wow, he's in 3rd position at the moment.
Yeah, but Lorero threaded the needle there. I don't know how he made it through.
Avoiding action just paid off. Very, very nicely for him indeed.
The battle behind Farrant, Governor and Sparks are within a second of each other. The Nissan following the pack of them is a Porsche and a Mercedes. So let's see. In the first race we saw the Porsche unable to pass the Mercedes. Will the Mercedes be able to get past the Porsche? It's too far behind there though.
Well, if he has to do it, he's going to have to do it in the next few laps because...
And the Nissan is right on his tail.
Ferrand's on the medium tires, and it's going to benefit him in the end.
Look at this battle. Steven Sparks on the inside of Endrin Govender.
Careful, guys, careful.
Oh, he squeezes him there slightly. Caldenes has got past Marius Meyer. I think Meyer may have gone wide. Yeah. Sushil Ranchod is less than 2/10 behind White Avis. Is he gonna take a dive from that far back?
He's
Whoa,
diving.
look at that!
And he all the way into second gear to make it stick. Wow.
Nice move. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do sometimes to get past. And it was pretty clean. He managed to get it stopped. No
but
contact.
Avis
well
definitely gave him a lot of space as he runs wide and loses 2 more positions.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's dropped to the back. Standing side by side with Ryan Hill.
Someone's spun around, facing the wrong direction. Is that Steven Sparks? Yes, it is.
Yes, Steven Sparks. Unlucky. Someone else has dropped back. Wesley Ferrand made a mistake as well.
Did he make a mistake or did he just get past?
I think he made a mistake because I saw a bit of dust there. Let's see what his lap time was. 38, yeah, he lost about 3 seconds on that lap, at least. Heineke is less than or just over a second behind Langeveld, so the Battle of the Crystals resumes in reverse order this time. Yeah, but that's gonna be in contention with that move in the last corner. That
definitely
was a bit of a tap and pass there. Hip and shoulders, as Jason would say. Yeah, there's a lot of action in this race. Where to look?
Avis just made a move on Hill.
I'm gonna jump to the Laredo Governor battle. The McLaren against the Mercedes on this long. Oh, contact! That was. At least we caught the action. So it was good from a street point of view, but that was not the right way to do it. Both of them losing, what, 2 positions now as a result?
Yeah.
3 positions as a result. And the battle's resuming.
I'd like to see what the McLaren can do with a Lamborghini in terms of straight line speed, but it doesn't seem like it's got the.
Looks like the Lambo's got the legs on it.
Definitely.
Dive.
And Governor again comes.
Let's see, Loureiro was wise to it. He went left a bit of space this time.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough for Governor to try and make that move though.
Jason Alden-Jones is right behind Chris Heineke. So
wow.
It's a three-way battle for the lead of this race.
That is very, very impressive stuff from Alden-Jones.
Yep. Seat time. What an improvement with just some seat time.
Just one race to get used to the track and look at the results.
Yep. Sean Loureiro's passed Marius Meyer. I think Meyer's made a mistake. He's lost 2 positions there.
Yeah, he did.
So of the top 3, Jason Alden-Jones was actually did the quickest lap the last time of the top 3. So I think Chris Heineke is struggling already on lap 8.
Yeah.
Jason Alden-Jones makes a sneaky look up the inside.
Well, it worked because it made Heineke outbrake himself a little bit there.
Around the outside, I don't think there's another passing opportunity.
Can make it, no.
I think he's
that
gonna have
cutback
to.
is just not going to work this time.
Yeah. And this battle is going to give Langeveld a chance to run away up front, get himself some breathing room. Although the gap's coming down again, so Langeveld may have made a mistake there.
Chris Heineke defending very early there.
I see he's using a lot of cob. Defending fresh air though. Look at the battle for 10th. There's 4 guys battling for 10th place here. All within a second. Just over a second. And the gap at the front has come down to under a second again. So it's really tight in front.
It is. This is what I like to see. No one in front's running away.
See, Chris Heineke's done the fastest lap of the race, 32.9, not too bad at all. Look at that, the McLaren is holding its own on the straight there. Riaan? Sushil must be running a very low wing. The McLaren of Sushil is running probably a very low wing because he was able to hold his own against the Porsche, and I think there's a Nissan and 2 Nissans as well behind them, and they didn't make any impression on him.
But what I can see as well from the gear ratio he's using is he's always in the high refs, and he's hitting the ref limiter as well on the straight, just before the break for turn 1.
Is it? Okay.
So yeah, so he's got this car set up very nicely, to be honest.
It's only a second race with the Hull community, so it's showing quite well.
Definitely.
And those that move into turn 4 was really something. The gap up front now is half a second. I see Jason's fallen behind a slight bit.
Very nice line into turn 1 and 2 there.
Haldones is making a good comeback. He's up into 5th place. Boyson's managed to get past Ranchard. I think there was a mistake involved there. Now he's under attack from Michael Main. You said that Boyson is also running the medium tires, yes?
That's right, yes.
He's doing quite well on those tires.
You can already see that that McLaren is struggling a bit for grip.
Yeah. Even the Nissans behind him as well, though, they look like they're quite squirrely under power.
Now that McLaren is set up quite well for the straight line, eh?
Yeah, because I'm surprised he's not losing many much of a gap between the Nissan and him, unless the Nissan is running a bit excessive downforce here. Can you see what speed he's doing maybe across the line?
With the McLaren itself, I don't think the speed is showing on the dash.
Oh, okay. This battle is really closed up now. It's 0.2 of a second. 0.4 now. 0.3. Chris is right in the slip, but I think we saw in the race on Monday that the Nissan just has the legs on the straight. But Langeveld's gone defensive in any case.
Oh, Chris outbreaks himself a little bit there.
Sideways by Langeveld. Nice drift.
Jason Alden-Jones is now right on the tail of Heineke again, only 0.4. 0.3.
This is a great battle, the three guys.
It's really nice to see the top 3 guys so close to each other for a change.
Oh, wide by Langeveld.
It's not the first time I've seen him do that.
Maybe that's his line on that corner.
But it's still exceeding track limits. Can't do that too often.
But as I have to say, you can throw a blanket over these guys.
Ooh, he
Oh,
almost lost
squirrely.
it there.
There we go now.
This
Chris
is going
is
to
gonna
give Chris
give
a
a
very
good
good
exit.
opportunity. I think it's going to take him, yeah, if he can keep it together in the slipstream.
Yep, he just needs to be patient and place the car properly. Don't
Go to the right, go to the right.
I think this will be his best opportunity of the race. He just needs to keep it clean, hang it around the outside. Oh, he's on the
that's
grass.
too much.
Oh, there's gonna be contact. Oh, I don't know how they managed to keep it clean. But
Very close, and Holden
Heineke's
Jones
lost.
went fast.
Yeah, Holden Jones taking advantage of that.
Very nice. I think that's all he was waiting for the whole time.
Yeah. You guys fight, I'll take the position.
Exactly. Now Jason is a little bit under threat again from Heineke because of that little mistake he made. But I don't think Heineke will try and overtake him through this.
This is a one.
Double
See
right-hander.
wide again there. Caldenes is also caught right up to Werner Hinop. And there's a battle for 10th place as well, with under second between them.
Jason is very racy at the moment.
Very
it
racy.
Seems like
I think he's gotten used to the car now. He's gonna do something. Oh, what happened here?
No, he actually made a dummy there.
Yeah, trying to unsettle Langeveld.
Yeah, it worked quite well. I mean, he's very close.
You can see Langeveld is feeling the pressure now. He's defending quite aggressively, already taking a defensive line, showing Jason. Oh, Jason has a sneaky look again. Oh, contact! Oh, unlucky. That was unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
Jason's gonna wait for Chris.
But what happened there? Was Jason braking too late, or?
I don't know. It looked like Langeveld took the inside line and Jason went onto the outside. I'm not sure. Maybe the line was closed, but yeah, we'll have to see after the race with the full replay. Unfortunately, I couldn't make out what exactly happened. It may have been
a little bit like Langeveld was braking a bit too early.
Oh, maybe. Let's see what happens after the race. Unfortunately, we can only speculate. But yeah, that gives Heineke a 9-second lead now over Werner Hinop. Werner Hinop,
34 laps remaining.
Yeah, with this Mercedes, with this Z4 to do this, I'm really impressed. This car,
yeah,
it's not the easiest to get to go quick. Yeah, so well done to him. Caldenes though is gonna fight him for that second place, and behind them we got the recovering Langeveld and Jason Holden Jones. Werner goes defensive, but Caldenes forces the issue and goes up the inside. Will he stop it in time? No, goes off the track. Now, does that give Chris Langeveld a chance to pass them both? He's very, very impatient. He's trying to make a move left and right. And that's going to give Langeveld the line on the inside. Does he let him pass? I think he went in too deep though.
No, that was a team order move. That's it.
That's unfortunate. Wesley Ferrand is 5 seconds behind the battle up front. I don't think his tires are going to allow him to catch up to that though. So I think he's going to end this race in a quite lonely position with a big gap behind as well.
Indeed.
Sean Loureiro behind him, equally on his own. I think Sean made the move of the race for me. That's threading the eye of the needle with that off was amazing.
Yeah, that was spectacular to watch.
I see Langevelds made a move past Werner Hinop. Off track again. The track limits seem to be
a little bit abused.
Yeah. Again on this corner. Keen to see what this, how Werner's got the Z4 set up, whether he'll be able to use the slip. Oh!
Oh! And he actually goes a little bit too aggressive and he takes out Langeveld.
A lot of action on this race. That Nissan's probably got its bumper missing, probably has no backseat. This is right at the front if it has a backseat.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if it looks like your car in Brands Hatch.
Yeah. Don't remind me. Jason Alden Jones now is fighting for second again. Oh, and he's got he forces Caldenes wide. Yeah, that was pressure. That was pressure. Forced Caldenes wide, but Caldenes is fighting back.
I think he gave him the gap there.
I think if he didn't back off on that move, there may have been contact. Well done to Peter for seeing that and taking action. But yeah, Jason's on fire today.
It's a very, very good drive from him. What is going on with the rears on this car?
Oh, nah, the tires are gone. Oh, he hits up barriers hard.
No, the tires are gone, definitely.
Langeveld up to third place now.
Apologies for that commentator's curse, Jason.
Yeah, how bad. Ferrand now around the outside. Will he make it stick? I think Jason had to give him the space there. His tires are probably not at the temperature.
I think it's damage limitation now because don't think he can afford another spin like that.
Yeah, final lap, so just needs to bring it home now. Will he have a dive up the inside here though? Yeah, he goes.
Yeah, he will.
But I think he's had to brake a bit early because of the tires. But he's forced, that move's forced Ferrand wide. Shish. Turn 4 seems to be very much on the grass driving these days. But up in front, Chris Heineck is about to take the last corner. And yeah, he's gonna take the checkered flag, followed by Peter Caldenes, but I think that that will be disputed afterwards as a result of that contact earlier in the race. Langeveld and Hinop's not giving that up. He's right in the slip. But I think the power of the Nissan is just a little too much. But great drive by Vanna for fourth there.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with that
in
Z4.
third. Wesley Farran finishes in fifth. Jason Olden Jones in sixth. Sean Loureiro made the move of the day for me in seventh. Govender in eighth. Marius Meyer will finish in ninth, followed by Jano Boysen. Michael Main will finish in 11th in the Nissan, followed by Wyatt Avis. And Steven Sparks in the Nissan as well, 13th, and Sushil Ranchod in 14th. And oh, it looks like Rian's made a mistake, he's finished in 15th. And yeah, that's it for quite a eventful race. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you at the next one. Thanks, Riaan, for joining me in commentary. It was a good one.
Thanks for everyone, and thanks to you, Bash. This was really a very fascinating race to watch.
Very
I had a lot of fun myself, and yeah, so we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Cheers.